Are you ready?
You don't know if we're in that.
That's true, I don't. Where's Justin at when you need him? All right, so today we are going to talk about Florida temperatures. Is it too hot to retire here?
So that is a very good question and asked a lot because people ask me all the time, is it too hot?
Is it unbearable? Is the heat unbearable?
No, it is not. I don't, and I hope you have these stats, but I don't think it ever gets above 100 degrees.
Well, what we're gonna do in this video, we're gonna compare and we're gonna take a look at the average heat in different months compared to Arizona, which is another popular place that people retire. We've got a map of Florida here that we're gonna look at the average annual temperatures, which part of Florida is hottest, which part of Florida is coolest. What else are we gonna look at here? Hold up, I got sheets all over the place. I don't need that one. That was a misprint. And, oh, average temperature depending on the year. Now this, I think this is a little bit skewed.
Time of year?
The month, yeah. But I think this is a little bit skewed because, like, it says August, the average temperature in Florida is 81.5 degrees. But I think that's probably because it's just averaging the full 24 hours. Well, and the whole state, but the full 24 hours. So it's like at night it may drop down to...
that doesn't count.
Yeah, so this is kind of, yeah, let's just not... Well, I don't know if you guys are interested in this. We'll flash it on the screen, but we don't have to talk about that one.
I can tell you what the summertime average temperature is here.
What?
95.
No.
Well...
Think so?
All right, the highest temperature is probably
Well,
95.
let's take a look at that, actually, because we have it right here. This is another double print.
I would
Man,
say,
I'm crazy on these.
July, August, September is probably the highest hit about 95.
Yeah, what's your guess?
And I'm going to say 95.
The high?
And now I'm talking central.
Okay.
The very high. It barely ever gets above that, ever. And then we have the wind and our afternoon rain showers cool it off some. So down south, I bet it gets a little hotter than that. And up north, it's probably a little cooler than that.
So the average high and low in June, July, and August is around 94, 95, and the low is around 88, 87.
So I was spot on.
September is 92 to 85. May is 91 to 82. So those 2 months are just a little bit cooler on average. And then April, you're getting into the 87 to 75. March is 83 to 70. February, 79 to 64, perfect weather. January, 78 to 61, perfect weather. The entire December, 79 to 63. And then November is 84 to 70. October is 88 to 8. We'll throw this up on screen.
Yeah. So let me just recap that.
Okay.
So our summer months, and I think there's just a little variety between north and south, but usually it starts around May and it creeps up to the 90s, and then July, August, September, it kind of hangs around 95 late afternoon, and then the storms cool it off and it's beautiful again.
Yeah.
In the wintertime, I'm surprised at those because I thought it would be a little cooler in the wintertime because it almost gets to freezing a couple of times a year. I know it's cold fronts.
Yeah, but those are where those averages are.
It's, yeah, anomalies, I guess, so when that happens. But
it doesn't bring that average down.
And the difference between here and, say, Phoenix, that gets up to 118, and I think
well, let's pull. Should we pull that up, or should we talk about?
Is the humidity, though. That's what I was going to bring up. Because humidity, the heat index can be a little bit different, so it could be a little hotter. And there's going to be a preference with you guys whether you like dry or humid. I'm a humid. I love humid weather. I was out in Phoenix and it was 118 degrees for the whole week. Super dry, not one cloud in the sky, and it was like being in a sauna, except for you were walking around and shopping and driving and stuff in a sauna, and it was very uncomfortable to me. Now, come out of the airport here and the moisture and it rains and it cools it off, or the breeze is there, and it's a completely different heat.
Yeah,
but I'm a Florida girl, so.
The afternoon showers are pleasant.
Sometimes they're exciting.
They're fun to watch. They roll around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, clockwork every time. And then you can go sit out there. Best thing to do is take a nap. when the rain's going on, and then you wake up, rain's past, the concrete smells good, and it's like dropped down to, you know, 85. Still very humid. It does stay very humid. That is the thing. So temperatures in Florida, this is actually not a good, because it's not really telling me too much.
Well, let me get back to your raining.
Go ahead.
So people wonder, can you stand living in Florida during those months? The bottom line is you can get out and about. We're not under ice storms or torrential, you know, blizzards or blowing or, you know, anything like that. It'll downpour for a couple of minutes and you might want to pull off to the side of the road for a second or two, but then it's gone again. I mean, it's really, there's not very many days out of the year that you get stuck inside. Almost none. Yeah,
well, it depends on what you're doing, right? Golfing at 4 o'clock in the middle of August is going to be kind of tough.
Yeah.
But as long as your car's not parked outside, that's when the heat. But this is like standard stuff. You guys know how to deal with heat.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay, so let's take a look at this. As expected, this is not something that's surprising at all, but you have, on average, annually, about a 10-degree difference between South Florida and North Florida. So if you want the most pleasant Florida weather, it's gonna be like Jacksonville. And it gets a little chilly up there too.
I was gonna say, you gotta bring your coat to Jacksonville.
But if you're okay with a little chilly, it's not like it gets outrageously cold, but it's pretty pleasant weather up there compared to South Florida, which can be scorching. Okay, now let's take a look at Phoenix, Arizona. I accidentally printed July for Phoenix, and I accidentally printed August for Florida. But they're gonna be similar, right? It's July and August, so.
He's just the marketing dude, so you can count on us realtors to be more detail-oriented. Go ahead. Okay,
so temperatures in July in Phoenix go from, and this is interesting how dramatic the change is.
Yeah.
Between the low and the high, probably because nightfall, there's no heat.
Turn off the sun.
Mm-hmm. But, so the high is around, on average, depending on where you're at, 105 degrees, and the low, it ranges between 75 and 83. So, you know, high 70s. Which is probably pretty pleasant at night. Nighttime is your time to go out in Phoenix. But 105 is the average. That's crazy. That means that there's days that are way over and there's days that are under, but 105 is the average. So that's pretty hot. Florida, the high all the way across the state lands low 90s on average in August.
That's cool.
And then on the high side, and then the low side, it's mid 70s again.
Very pleasant.
Same thing, pleasant.
Yep.
But it's interesting. It'd be interesting to see, you know, in 105 degrees, not humid, versus 93 degrees humid, which one would feel hotter, more hot? You should come down and check houses out in August.
Yes, that's a great idea.
If you're concerned about the heat, 100%. See if it's too much to handle. And if it is, you know. But come knowing that the rest of the year is going to be way more pleasant. You got 3 months of really hot weather.
You will be literally surprised, because most of my customers they say, well, this wasn't so bad. And it honestly isn't until about end of September, when we're all going, okay, fall should come around now, we're ready for it, kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, so Phoenix in January versus Florida in January. Florida's warmer, for sure. Not that crazy, though. Oh, well, okay, so the average high in January for Phoenix falls around 66 to 69 degrees, and then the low is 39 to 46, depending on, again, where you're at. South Phoenix, Central Phoenix, blah, blah, blah. But that's still that's manageable. That's nice.
Cold.
That's cold?
That's pretty darn cold.
Really?
39? That's almost
I keep
freezing.
my house at like 69
I'm talking
when I
about
sleep.
Evenings.
66 is that's.
We're gonna bore people
guess.
to death.
Yeah, we're probably boring people to death, I'm sure. Okay, so Florida, you're still around the mid 70s on the high side, and then the low side, you're you know,
Upper
high
40s.
50s. upper 40s here. It depends on where you're at. Again, Florida, that South Florida is going to be way warmer. So 10 degree difference between the north and the south. The record high in Florida was only like 105. Almost every single Midwestern state in the United States had like 120 something degree record high. Like for some reason, it feels hot here, it's consistently hot here, but it never gets like insane. I think it's because if it gets that hot, it's gonna rain.
Here? Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it almost.
I don't know why it doesn't, but it doesn't.
We need to have a meteorologist on.
He better
right.
not give up his Explore 55 Plus because I don't think the weather news is going to take him. It is. Oh.
Here, come and say it over here.
All right.
Wow. It's only 86.
Mine says 79.
No, that's not right.
No, it says right now it's 79. The high was 88, but right now it's 79.
79. And that's because of the clouds, probably.
So today, and it's August 2nd, and it's 79 degrees right now, and it's 4 o'clock. High today was 88. And by the way, you'll always see on the weather that it's raining every day in Florida, but it doesn't rain all day. It rains at 4 o'clock. So you're literally, I don't know if you can see that.
No, it's not going to focus.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind.
You got to have to trust her.
Yeah. Everything. Clouds, rain, but it's just for the 4 o'clock afternoon.
It's clockwork. Yep. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to get connected with a 55 plus expert, visit the website, explore55plus.com, or give us a call.
Or email. Yep. And don't forget, all of our agents live in their areas, and they're cheerleaders, and they know details about anything you can ask. We'll hook you up.
Beautiful. See you guys.
It's your fault. You were yawning in the last damn video. Don't you give me grief. Did you just bounce that lid off my head? All right. How is that, honey? Let's roll. Justin, you got some work on that one, buddy. Why weren't you here to rope us in?